Hey, how you doing? Good morning, good evening, whatever it is for you. I hope it's going well. This is a quote from, supposedly Voltaire. Voltaire, it's literally volt with air in it. It's, you know, take of that what you will. God is a comedian playing to an audience that is too afraid to laugh. I 100% agree with that. I mean, what could be funnier than what's going on right now? Like, I don't mean in the news or like the world. I mean like in your own life. You know what I mean? Think about it. I'll give you an example out of my own life. Out of my own life, if your own is not enough of an example for you. I don't see why it wouldn't be, because this shit is uh a clown show. You know what I mean? Straight up. Like, you put in this body that you have no relation or familiarity with whatsoever. You have to learn how all of it works. You don't know anything, you don't understand anything about how it really works at the end of the day. You can hotly debate it, and there's all sorts of theories on everything. You're born into a body, why would you not understand how it works, instinctually? Well, it's because it's not who you are. You know that. Like, your spirit is who you really are, not your body, you know? And so we're here in this place in a body that's not ours, it's borrowed from the world. And on top of all that, it's we've been purposely put into a situation that is very ironic and hilarious at the same time. Like me, it's like put into a body and into a mind and into an individual who who did not have any sort of ambitions, and who lived through just like unending hell during the beginning of their life. No girlfriend, no money, no relationships, really bad acne all through high school, so really not too many friends or anything like that, just completely isolated. And I suppose that's the trial. That's how you become spiritually aware. But at the same time, it's funny because it's like, you know even the people even the people in the truth, like, no one watches the videos really right now, at least. And I feel like, that there's a person or two that gets it. There's a person or two that appreciates what I do, but overall it's like, you work so hard, and it's like, imagine you have a like really full trash bag that you're taking out to the curb, and you sling it over your shoulder, and you work so hard to clean up and get everything ready, and get the house nice, and you sling the trash bag over your back, and it just busts open everywhere, and just trash just explodes all over the floor, and you have to clean it up all over again. It's like life. Like, no matter what you do, like, you can't fight the entropy here. No matter how hard you work, and it is funny, to see everything that you do just turn the dust, because it's like a joke. It's like a big joke on a spiritual level, because God said He does this to tell you that He's sovereign over all things. He does this to show you that He has the power, and no one else and nothing else does. And so that's why things are the way they are, because God is the only true thing in this place. And I just find it funny that we're in a little, suit disguise, clown suit, I guess you could say, parading around in the circus for other people. But reality, behind our eyes, there's something completely, non understandable and non comprehensible to everyone around us. You know what I mean? And you have to live that way. You have to live with the expectations of other people, and how, no matter the more good that you do for people, the worse that it gets for you as far as their treatment goes, socially and interpersonally. And you have all these urges, or at least I do, urges, physically, sexually, mentally, that are unfulfilled, that will never be fulfilled. But God is meant to take the place of that. God's meant to fill that in for you. And so it's like you spend your whole life wanting these things, and it's like, the rug gets pulled out from over you. And so think about it in a spiritual sense, like, you're walking along and you're pursuing all these things, and every time you head in the wrong direction, you slip on a banana peel, and like, a little cartoon sound effect plays, and you fall on your back, and the whole audience laughs. Like that. You have to understand that you're part of the audience too. You're not the person slipping on the banana peel. You're also in the audience, and you should be laughing too, because it is funny. I find it funny in my own life. You try to deal with people, and people are just shitty overall. They don't keep their word. They don't want to interact no matter what they say. They don't want to finish anything that they started. They don't want to talk. There's always an excuse. When communication, I believe, is very important, people generally just don't care, and it's amusing to me because, you have people that are supposedly enlightened, but it's just another facade. Like, it's just another joke, It's like a comedy show where you have all these people who say there's something, and then they show up to the job and they're not. They completely fail at everything, and every time you turn around, they're doing something the opposite of what they said. And when you call them out, they say, who are you to call me out? What do you mean? And they gaslight you. I've always been this way. Never been anything different. When did I tell you I was anything different? Even though they literally just did. A laugh track plays. Ha 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 ha. And it's like in the Bible, it talks about how it makes you cold hearted. But coming back to God gives you, it opens up your heart, because you understand that these things are not even real. It's just something that you're looking at, It is just a comedy show, and you should take it as such. Even though it's happening to you, supposedly, it's not really happening to you. They don't know you. They never will know you. They just know your body and your persona. So your body and your persona is just another actor in that comedy show going along with things. That's all it is. Just another actor on the stage. But you, who you really are, your spirit, your true name, is outside of this place watching the comedy show along with God. God is entertaining you once you understand that fact. I mean, it all serves multiple purposes. It's not just for that, obviously. It's for development. It's for circumstantial reasons. It's to show you things. It's to basically bring you closer to God by separating you from the world. But overall, it is just a big joke. So when you have people that are treating you shitty, when you have people that you thought you knew changing, into the worse, when you have people acting like they never knew you, or when you have people not holding their commitments or not wanting to communicate, just understand that's all it is. It's just a joke. It's just a big joke. It's nothing serious. Your only serious purpose in this life is to serve God and to do what He needs you to do, and to set in motion the things that He needs you to set in motion. But everything else, just let it roll off your back, man. Just laugh about it, because it's never going to stop, you know. That's the way these people are designed. That's the way they're made. And they will always be this way. It doesn't mean you should hate them, and quite the opposite. You should understand and love them for what they are, because that's the only thing that's going to help. So, just keep your head up, I know it's shitty, and I know people don't treat you the way that they should, but God does. God understands, and, that should be good enough. That should be plenty, because God rules over all things, and He will help you, If that relationship didn't work out, if that person that you liked doesn't reply back, people don't email you back, people don't want to speak to you, just normal. It happens to all of us, every disciple of Christ. It says in the Bible, if you do not hate your mother, your father, your sister, your wife, your kids, you cannot be my disciple. So it's not that you actively hate them, it's just that you come to realize that your body and your persona hates them because of how they act, and you can choose to separate from it. Just another separating mechanism. It's just another spiritual growth mechanism that you should use to your advantage. So don't get caught up in it as much as possible. I know sometimes it's really hard, and I get caught up in it too all the time, but we have to fight it. It's just another part of the war. Yeah, I think that's all I had to say for today. May make another video this evening. Had a lot to say lately. I plan to start doing more artistic, like poetic stuff, but I've had a lot to say in general lately about that. And so I just want to comfort you and say that, yeah, it's the same way for me. It's just a joke. And I expect you to, take it that way and to not, get attached, because that's just another chain that's going to hold you to this life. And you don't want that, because it's going to be harder to remove it at the time of, the end. When you pass away, or when you move on to the next place, it's going to be more difficult. You don't want to come back here, I don't think. I don't, at least. So just keep that in mind. God bless. Love you guys. Hope you guys have a good day. Thank you.